Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the June 16th Council meeting. We have a special presentation for our flag salute this evening. I'd like to call up Chino Troop 202, led by Nate Franco. He's going to lead us in the pledge. Please stand. Hi, Nate.
Hi. Nice
Would you like your fellow scouts?
Yeah, for sure. All right. Please put your right hand over your heart. Please face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Audience, you may be seated. Troop at ease.
Nate, would you like to introduce your troop members before they leave?
Yeah, Troop 202, if you'd like to stay. Thank you. Hi, thank you for having us, first of all. My name is Nate. I'm the Assistant Senior Patrol Leader of Troop 202. And it's just an honor being here because we're located out of Chino. So it just feels great being here at the City Hall, getting to do the flag ceremony in front of all you. We just want to say thank you. And otherwise, let's have a great council meeting. Thank you.
He is the son of one of our employees, Carrie Franco. Carrie, wave to everyone. Proud mama. Okay, next we have the recognition of Pop Warner Little Scholars. It's my honor this evening to recognize the Pop Warner Little Scholars National All-American Honors students from Chino Pop Warner. I'd like to call up Mark Beatrice. Please join me up front. The Pop Warner program, which provides competitive football and cheer, has a program called Little Scholars, which gives children the opportunity to compete with their academic achievement at the national level. The program emphasizes the balance of academics, sports, and community outreach. This year, Chino was represented by 9 players that were awarded with National All-American honors.
Thank you. My name is Mark Petrez. I do assist with the organization of Chino Pop Warner. This year we had the pleasure of announcing 9 players at the national academic level. There's a WestCon region and there's a national level that is nationwide. They're all 50 states. And Chino is part of a 25-team conference. So you can imagine the boys are submitting one essay that was due October 1st, and they were handpicked by a committee, honorable mentions, second team, and first team All-Americans. And it's a great feat to be on that list. I told the boys, I said, if this happens in college, it's a straight trip to the White House and dinner with the president. So, if they keep that up, maybe one day we'll see them on TV doing what they do best. Absolutely, yeah. So we have Jace Andrew. Not here this evening. We have Roman Betrez. And he was awarded the first team national All-American. And then we have Jackson Aguilar, who received second team national All-American scholar. He's not here due to a all-star game in Upland. Yeah. And then we also have Sebastian Alberon, National Honorable Mention. Xavier Castaneda, who received the All-American Scholar Honorable Mention. We have Marco Avalos Jr., who received the All-American Honorable Mention. And we have Jacob Lopez Jr., who received the All-American Honorable Mention as well. We have Andres Contreras, who received the All-American Honorable Mention. And last but not least, we have Elijah Montes, who received the Honorable Mention for National American.
And then you'll get those to the boys that are not here.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, boys.
Congratulations. I'm going to get a picture for you. Congratulations again. Good job. Good job. Okay, next we have the business of the month. Our first business of the month is not only one of the most popular in Chino, but beloved throughout the Inland Empire. For the month of June 2026, I'd like to congratulate the Avocado House as one of our businesses of the month. I'd like to call up Carrie Kim and any other guests that are with you this evening. Bring up family members. The Avocado House. The Avocado House is family-owned and has been operated in Chino actually for 22 years. The restaurant specializes in breakfast and lunch. Their goal is simple: serve great food that people treat well and make every customer feel welcome. The team at the Avocado House puts people before profit. They support our local schools, city events, and nonprofits through donations. They also support our local businesses. They proudly purchase meats from Hottingers and purchase groceries at our local grocery stores. The Avocado House was founded in Chino by former owners Larry and Shelley. When they sold the business, Carrie and her family were grateful for the opportunity to take it over. As residents themselves, they are honored to continue serving our local community. Please join me in congratulating one of our June 2026 Businesses of the Month recipients, the Avocado House. And I have a congratulations plaque to provide to you. Would you like to say a few words? Okay. And introduce your family.
Okay. Oh, hi, my name is Carrie Kim, and this is my daughter, Monica, and Isaac Kim. Thank you, Mayor, City Council members, and City staff for this recognition. On behalf of everyone at the Avocado House, we are truly honored to receive this award. We want to thank the City of Chino for its continued support of local business and for making this such a great community to be part of. We'd also like to recognize Larry and Shelley, who created the Avocado House, and they're the one who made this into a local favorite, and we're just proud to carry on their legacy. A special thanks to all our incredible staff and loyal customers. We remain committed to serving fresh food, high-quality food, and using healthier ingredients like avocado oil, and providing a place where friends and family can come together and enjoy a great meal. We're proud to call Chino home, and we look forward to serving this community for many years to come. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Wait, sweetie. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. You're welcome. Okay, our next business of the month specializes in serving our community and communities all over the world. For the month of June 2026, I would like to congratulate the Salvation Army in Chino as one of our businesses of the month. Will store manager Miguel Gonzalez please join me up in front? Many know the Salvation Army as a thrift store and a great place to find hidden gems. However, they also give community members a second chance by helping with rehabilitation and housing. The Salvation Army's mission is to serve the community no matter who is in need. Oftentimes, each store is staffed with individuals who have received services, giving them an opportunity to work and contribute to people in need. They also support our local businesses. All signage here at the Chino store is purchased from U.S. Printing right here in Chino. When needed, they also make referrals to our local Goodwill and Three-Way Thrift. The Salvation Army chose Chino because of the community support and outreach our city does to help our residents. Join me in congratulating one of our June 2026 Businesses of the Month, Salvation Army of Chino.
Hi, this is my daughter, Madison. My wife and my son and my mother-in-law are sitting right over there. A little shy, a little shy. This is actually a really good honor. We've been here since May 8th was our first day. I was actually the first employee hired at that store, so I got hired, and they're like, we have an idea for Chino, and 6 months later, it came true. First of all, I just want to thank the mayor and the city and everybody for accepting us and including us into the city. It was hard in the beginning. It was slow. People didn't know about us, but we grew. We're continuing to grow. We continue to help people. There's a school right next to us. We donate. We volunteer. We try to be in part of the community. For back to school, we sell $1 backpacks just to help the kids. Me and my wife. What we do is we buy 100 backpacks and we fill them up and we give them away to the kids. It's a good honor, though. Really appreciate you guys for inviting us and having us. Thank you.
Tell the people where you're located.
Oh, we're located off the corner of Central and Philadelphia, right next to the Chuck E. Cheese. Come visit. We have a 50% off sale this weekend. Yeah, right. Okay. Take a picture with us.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome. Okay, I'm pleased this evening to recognize Finance Department employee Hilda Miller for 28 years of dedicated service. Have your family come up. Hilda began her journey with the city on April 20th, 1998, as a part-time clerk typist at the Senior Center. Through hard work, dedication, and a commitment to excellence, she steadily advanced throughout the organization. Over the years, she has served as clerk typist 2, secretary, and ultimately administrative assistant, a position that she has held for more than a decade in the finance department. Hilda's career is a true example of what can be achieved through perseverance, professionalism, and a strong work ethic. Throughout her 28 years with the city, she has earned the respect and admiration of coworkers, department directors, city leadership, and everyone fortunate enough to work alongside her. Anyone who knows Hilda knows that she's one of the most organized people you will ever meet. Whether coordinating, you agree, huh? Whether organizing projects, keeping departments on track, or helping staff navigate a challenge, Hilda has always been the person people could count on. She's helpful, dependable, and consistently goes above and beyond to support others. But what truly sets Hilda apart is her personality. She brings warmth, kindness, and fun to every workplace she enters. Her positive attitude is contagious, and her sense of humor has brightened countless days throughout City Hall. Many of us know her affectionately as our resident Flamingal, proudly embracing her love of flamingos and bringing a little extra color and joy wherever she goes. Hilda's dedication extends far beyond the workplace. She's a devoted wife, a proud mother of 2 daughters, and a loving grandmother to 4 grandchildren who are undoubtedly among her greatest accomplishments. In fact, her commitment to public service has come full circle, as one of her daughters now proudly serves alongside us right here in Chino. Throughout her career, excuse me, Hilda has been much more than an employee. Excuse me. She's been a mentor, a teammate, a friend, and a trusted source of knowledge. Her willingness to help others, her loyalty to her department, and her dedication to serving the residents of Chino have left a lasting impact on our organization. While we will certainly miss her expertise, her laughter, her flamingo spirit, and her friendly presence in the office, we're excited for her as she begins this well-earned next chapter of life. Hilda, on behalf of the City Council and the entire City of Chino, thank you for your 28 years of outstanding service. We want to thank you for your dedication, your friendship, and the countless ways you've contributed to making our city a better place. We wish you many years filled with family gatherings, activities with your grandchildren, travel adventures, relaxation, and of course, plenty of flamingos. Congratulations on your retirement, Hilda. Your legacy of service, kindness, and dedication will not be forgotten. And we would love to present you with our coveted city child. And would you like to say a few words and introduce your family?
Sure. This is my husband, Randy, my daughter, Janelle, her daughter, Juliana, and her husband, John. And I just want to let you all know I'm just so ever so grateful for the opportunity to work for this city that I also live in. It's been a really great run. I've worked for 3 different departments, so I've learned a lot. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity that we had here.
We appreciate everything that you've done for our community. Thank you so much. We'll miss you.
Thank you.
And if you get bored at home, you know you can come back.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. I told her if she gets bored at home, she can come back.
She might.
She might. Let's get a picture.
Okay.
28 years is a long time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, the City of Chino Annual Employee Award Recognitions. This is fun. It's my honor this evening to recognize a few members of our Chino family who were recognized as Employee of the Year for their respective departments. These men and women have served our community with dedication, professionalism, and a sense of purpose that you could only find right here in Chino. Their work has not only elevated their respective departments, but also elevated the level of public service that our residents deserve. I'd like you to please join me in congratulating our Chino Employees of the Year. Now, when I call up your name, please join me in front. For administration, I'd like to call up Vivian Castro and Jackie Melendez. Who wants the mic? Take it, Josie.
Thank you, Mayor. It's our pleasure to talk a little bit about Vivian Castro. She is a secret weapon here in the city. We keep her behind closed doors because Vivian is busy with her brain. She is a genius, and I tell her this all the time. She is responsible for bringing in money through our grants program. She's part of every grant that comes in through the city. She works on legislative items, and she is a major foodie as well. And so she always has amazing food being delivered, always supporting Chino businesses. And Vivian, just want to say thank you for your service to our city. I don't know how we would do the things that we do without you, because the work that you do is so mighty and important to our work. Thank you.
Get a picture. I stole Vivian from the Conservation District when I left there. I brought her with me. our hidden jewel. Do you want to get a picture now or after?
We're going to do a picture of everybody.
Oh, everybody together? Okay, never mind. Okay, next, for Community Services, Parks and Recreation, I'd like to call up Ernie Quintana and Sylvia Avalos.
Hello. So Ernie Quintana is a Community Services Parks and Recreation Coordinator. He is assigned at Ayala Park Operations Center, which is one of our largest parks, 140-acre park. Also this afternoon, we learned that Ayala, from June 2025 to May 2026, Ayala Park has had 2.1 million visitors. So he is this is him as a coordinator. So Ernie, just read a little bit here. He exemplifies what it means to be a member of our team. He consistently demonstrates professionalism, exceptional customer service, and a strong commitment to our city mission. He goes above and beyond to support our user groups, our large special events that we host at Ayala Park, large-scale sports tournaments, and works very closely with many members that come there to participate in nonprofit 5K runs. So he's always really busy, works, I believe, every Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. So he's constantly there. His commitment to service makes a lasting impact in our department and in our community. So we're really excited to receive the Employee of the Year for our CSPR department. Oh, the mayor. Sorry.
And of course, he's going to be very instrumental for our Independence Day celebration coming up. Okay, next we have Development Services. I don't know if she's here or not. Stevie Menzies. I never say it right. Warren. Oh, she's here.
Thank you for coming. Of course. Well, hello everybody. I am the department head for the Development Service Department. One of the divisions we have is the Code Enforcement Division, and I want to say that when we looked at trying to determine who would be the Employee of the Year, all the managers get together. We nominate people that we think are important that did a good job that year. Unanimously, it was Stevie. So we're proud of her. She works out of our Code Enforcement Division. I wrote 5 pages of what she's good about, but I figured I would just go to the nuts and bolts. It is professionalism, dependability, and hardworking. So put it in a nutshell, she simply gets the job done and makes a difference for the department. So I really appreciate her effort, and I hope that you stay for many, many more years.
Thank you, Warren.
You're not allowed to leave,
Good to know.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next, for Finance Department, we have Jamie Klump. I'd like Kim to come up, please.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I would like to introduce Jamie Klump. She has been with the Finance Department for 14 years. And while most of us will be pulling out our hair, trying to pay hundreds and hundreds of bills with millions and millions of dollars every month, Jamie does it with a quiet smile, with incredible attention to details. Now, you don't want to mess up with one number because you'll be paying the wrong bill, right? But Jamie has incredible attention to detail, and I was told that she has incredible stories to tell. She's always making everyone smile. She keeps our vendors happy, and she has a great sense of humor. So I hope this will be an unforgettable night for Jamie, and please help me congratulate Jamie Klump.
Congratulations, Jamie. Next, for Human Resources, I'd like to call up Genevieve Hughes. Terry.
Thank you, Mayor. So let me tell you a little bit about Genevieve. She is new to the city of Chino. She's been here for about a year. And Human Resources is behind the scenes, but many of you may know Genevieve as one of the first people who calls you and offers you a job. She does it with such professionalism and kindness, and she also works behind the scenes with payroll, and she is the one who actually develops all of our salary schedules, and she works all of the problems before the payroll can actually pay us, so you're welcome. And we are very proud that she chose Chino, and I am so glad that she's part of the Human Resources Risk Management Department, and I'm honored that you were able to be chosen as our Employee of the Year. So congratulations, Genevieve.
Congratulations. Okay. Next, for Public Works, we have Tabitha Aguilera, Aguilera and Andy Yamas. And we have Hyjin Lee.
Thank you. I got two, because one just wasn't enough. So let's start with Andy. Andy is our lead in our wastewater and storm drain collection system. So all of you guys who were able to take a shower and flush your toilets this morning, you got to thank Andy. Because he makes sure that our sewer system and our storm drain system is in compliance with all the state regulations. And he also, I am very thankful that he embraced technology. So he was instrumental in transferring all of our underground dig alert from paper to automation. So they are all digitized so we could keep track. Yes. Absolutely. So I'm very thankful for that. And he also embraced the technology of GIS so that he has a map, and he also makes sure he records what kind of maintenance was done and what was repaired on a map, and to also checks to ensure that the map is accurate for any future work that we do. And he is truly not only just on his title, but he's a leader, and he rallies everybody and also oversees our FOC program. It's a fat, oil, and grease program to make sure that our sewer is flowing smoothly. Yeah. Yeah. And Tabitha, she is epitome of a truly our public works spirit. She is our engineering technician. She also lives here and plays here, and she works here too. And she knows where everything is buried. And when we can't find anything or we don't know where to go, we go to Tabitha. But one of the things that I really want to highlight about Tabitha and why we really thought that she was just a standout employee is last year we had a lot of employees that were, for good reasons, were out of the office due to having babies or have medical issues, and we had a lot of vacancies in our front counter. She stepped right in to help out. And she just did it because it just needed to get done. And she did not miss a beat. So anyone who had ever visited the front counter, she was there helping out. And also she was doing behind-the-scenes work in making sure all the plans and things got recorded accurately and helping out our engineers. And she just epitomizes the team spirit. So I am really, really thankful for what she did in the past year, and just kind of rallying the team. And Public Works is not the same without you, and just your spirit of collaboration. So thank you.
Okay, and next we have Employee of the Year, and unfortunately, Ariana Fajardo is not here, and our city manager, Linda, she'll pay. Linda Reich will talk about her.
So just very quickly, out of our 650 employees, Ariana was chosen by her peers as our Employee of the Year. And if you don't know her, she's our communications manager. She's the one behind the scenes that makes sure that this council meeting is video, that our social media is the best in the Inland Empire. She puts on the state of the city for the most part. And she just works so hard behind the scenes to make sure that City of Chino looks great. Since we started our social media, it has increased tenfold behind her and her team. So we're grateful for that. Unfortunately, she is on vacation, which is well-deserved for her, so she couldn't be here tonight. But we are so proud of all of our department employees of the year and our citywide employee of the year. And the benefit of the citywide employee of the year is they get a fancy parking space, which she keeps forgetting to park in. And we have to keep reminding her. So congratulations to Ariana. We're very proud that she is the Employee of the Year for Chino for 2026.
Congratulations to you all. Okay, he's going to get a picture. No, don't leave. Yeah, have to get a picture. Now, I hope you all know that this means you have to stay with us. You cannot leave us, ever. You keep everything going now.
Thank you.
How's that? Okay, prior to the council meeting starting, we did have
Mayor,
closed.
we have one more presentation,
We do?
the bottom.
I missed one. Oh, I'm sorry, we sure do. Okay. We have a Welcome to Chino presentation on the Welcome to Chino New Business Program. I'd like to call up Jackie Melendez, Assistant City Manager, and Renisha Perry, our Economic Development Manager. Sorry, ladies, I missed that part.
Well, I'd just like to say good evening to Mayor Pro Tem, our council, and our lovely community that is here this evening. I am really excited to first just say thank you. Over the last year, your Economic Development Division has remained focused on bringing in the city priorities and focusing on business attraction, revenue generation, job creation, positioning Chino as a premier place to live, work, and play. Our efforts have been centered around attracting high-quality commercial and retail investment that enhances the quality of life for our residents, with strengthening the city's long-term fiscal sustainability. We are proud of the momentum we have built through the year with strategic business attraction initiatives, strong partnerships throughout the community. Over the past year, Chino has welcomed an impressive number of new businesses, including H Mart, Northgate Markets, Angry Chicks, Aki Tacos, Domino's, Tiger Cherries, and many, many more. We have also seen tremendous growth in the local coffee culture, with more than 8 new coffee establishments opening through the city, creating new gathering places for residents and visitors alike. Looking ahead, we are excited to announce Kava is coming to Chino. In-N-Out will be opening soon in the Preserve. Dutch Bros will be redeveloping the old Olive Garden, and we look for further expanding the lifestyle options within our community. These business attraction efforts directly support our goals in generating new sales tax revenues, creating employment with new jobs, opportunities, supporting entrepreneurship, expanding our legacy businesses, and providing new experiences for residents and our daytime work population, and not to forget our visitors. Fiscal year to date, I'm just going to pause right here. Fiscal year to date, the city has issued 871 new business licenses in Chino, representing continued growth.
That's cool.
Representing continued growth and in the city and investment into our local economy. As shown on the slides, we're going to go to the first slide. As shown on the slides, the numbers tell a compelling story about the momentum occurring within Chino. In economic development, we often say economic development is a contact sport. Success is driven through relationships, collaboration, and consistent engagement. I would like to recognize our internal partners, including planning, public works, building, code enforcement. For more than 1 year, our team has met internally weekly to review development projects, identify opportunities to streamline processes, and shorten development timelines. Together, we have worked diligently to advance zoning codes, modernize ordinances, improve customer service, and demonstrate to the development community that Chino's competitive edge extends beyond just being business friendly. We are committed to being partners in the development process. We are equally grateful for our external partners, including San Bernardino County Workforce and Economic Development Departments, GoBiz, which is part of our governor's office, Chaffey College, local legislators, community leaders, and the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce. These strategic partnerships allow us to expand our reach, strengthen our retention efforts, and connect job seekers and employers to workforce resources and create new opportunities and new investment opportunities throughout the city. Most importantly, I would like to thank the development and business community as they have invested throughout the decades. Many of these businesses are located right here in the heart of our community and have helped shape the city as we know today. Their vision, entrepreneurship, and commitment to serve our residents continue to drive Chino's success. Last but never least, I would like to extend a heartfelt appreciation to our residents who choose Chino as a place to live, work, play, shop, eat local. On behalf of our business community, I would just like to say thank you. Now, moving to the next slide. One major win for this fiscal year, economic development has expanded its efforts to support the new business community. We introduced a formal business retention and engagement initiative, Welcome to Chino program, the Welcome to Chino program. This program was created to elevate the voice of the local business, increase their visibility, and help them establish strong connections within the community. To qualify, businesses must be less than 1 year old, maintain a valid business license, and operate from a brick and mortar location within Chino. Participating businesses receive a combination of support, including a 1-year chamber membership, a chamber hosted ribbon cutting featured in a monthly economic development newsletter, inclusion in our city's press releases, a Choose Chino feature video, and advertising space in our Discover Chino Shop, Eat Local mailer. Since the launch, the program has supported 15 Chino businesses and continues to serve as an important tool as business retention, marketing, and engagement. One of the program's most notable successes was the grand opening of the Oral Hershiser Chevy. Oh, Chevy. Through a collaborative partnership between ownership, the city welcomed more than 100 VIP guests during the ribbon cutting and later attracted more than 4,000 attendees for the grand opening community celebration held on City Hall lawn for additional festivities. It was a star-studded event. These types of partnerships create momentum, generate positive attention, and strengthen Chino's reputation as a destination for investment and opportunity.
I wanted to take a step back on this last slide, if it will allow me. Is it going? There you go. Because I saw a lot of people in the audience kind of looking at it, and so I wanted to just take a moment. 872 new businesses, 6.3% retail commercial vacancy rate. That is down over last year, which was 11.2. That means that the interventions that we're doing as a city team are working. 5% industrial vacancy rate. That one is slightly above last year, and so we're actually in the process of hiring hiring somebody that's going to help us get that rate down. And then you'll notice we have a little thing there on the zip codes there, 91708. We've been posting about this. It's the largest, it's the fastest growing zip code in the nation. And so that growth comes with pros and cons for sure. And so that's something that as we as a city continue to grow, almost reaching 100,000, we want to make sure that everything that makes Chino special and unique and wonderful for the people that live, work, and play here, that we're not losing any of that as we grow, as we bring in new opportunities for our residents. You heard Renisha talk about the departments. Economic development is a city-wide endeavor. You heard her talk about specific departments. Those are the departments that have been working to fast-track, modernize our development process so that we can make way for economic development and new businesses. But I would be remiss if I didn't talk about our police and fire, who are also a very critical part of our economic development strategy. Let it be known that in the economic development world, when businesses and areas fail, it's police and fire that have to bear the brunt of those businesses going out of business, those blighted areas. And so we're especially fortunate in our city, especially for our police department, who's been a partner in economic development in a way that throughout my 20 years in this business I've never seen before. So just wanted to say this is a citywide effort, and we thank our council, we thank our internal partners and our external partners for allowing us to do the work that we do to provide these services to our businesses and our residents. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Renisha.
Thank you, Jackie. And I think really when you think about Chino, we are raising the bar, and investment opportunity is right at our door. And so this is just proof that we are working hard and we're seeing the fruits of our labor. Just to the last tidbit, I would like to invite up Zeb, our Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce, to provide a few accomplishments in our partnership, and then also to speak a little bit about the job fair coming up on Thursday that will be held at our Chino community building.
Yeah, no, I'd be happy to do that. First off, thanks for the opportunity to kind of share the work that we've been doing in partnership together. Before I get started, one of the things I do like to share is one of the reasons why I took this job 8 years ago is because of the opportunity that I saw, or that we saw in this region, and the opportunity that we saw. I have some friends that I grew up with here in the audience. One of the reasons why I started in this work was because I saw my dad commute for an hour to two every single day for 40 years during his professional career. And that's not something that I aspired to do myself, but I love this community, and this is where I wanted to stay, live, work, and play. And I think what we want to do is create opportunities for that, and the businesses that are here create opportunities for that. I know that Ariana was mentioned as the Employee of the Year. She and I connected really early on that. I know many of you connected on that because, as we all know, Chino is a place where everything grows. So with that, we want to see this business community grow and thrive. And I just want to thank you and your leadership for the work that you guys have been doing, because it's very clear from those statistics and that data that things are going in a very positive direction here in Chino. And that's something that us as a Chamber of Commerce is very excited to see and to be a part of, because we see this opportunity together. And so thank you for investing in the work that we've been doing and that we're now doing in partnership with the city in a much more substantial way. So I'll highlight some of the things that we've been doing on this. So one of the things is hosting ribbon cuttings. And so they talked about some of the ones that do. They've been gracious enough to connect us with businesses where we can host these ribbon cuttings and open those. So to date, we've done 15 ribbon cuttings this year. So that's something we do for businesses on their behalf. They also get a chance to have membership with the chamber. We go above and beyond in those ribbon cutting scenarios. I think when we were working, we mentioned the Oral Horse Chevrolet thing. That was a huge undertaking, and our team took the responsibility of applying for those permits and getting things together. So those are things that we do in partnership to help drive that local economy. We also invited 44 new members of the Chamber. So if you're not familiar, Chamber of Commerce, we have 450 members. These are businesses that help make up our community. They all have a vested interest in growing this community. I just had a board meeting where we have 18 of our top businesses that guide us in the direction on how can we best support this business community and community at large. So we did 44. We welcomed 44 new businesses to the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce. We've conducted a ton of events in the city. So we work to educate business owners. We work to form legislation. We work to do a whole bunch of stuff. So we've done tons of events. We've done 44 in Chino this year alone, and we're looking to do lots more based on our strategic planning session that we just did earlier today with my board of directors. We've also done some big, larger events where we've had collaborations with the city of Chino and kind of sharing what the economic impact and the resources are that we're doing. So we've had 6 of those major events here. Renisha mentioned one of the things that is coming up. One of the things that we worked on for the last 3 years was a workforce development initiative to help local people find opportunities with local businesses. This helps the local community because you're getting local people jobs, but it also helps the businesses grow because they're sourcing local talent, and that's something we want to try to foster here as the Chamber of Commerce, but also here at the city. So we do have a hiring fair that is coming up. It is at the Chino Community Center. We have 700 people that have registered to participate in that. I want to say there's about 30 or 40 businesses that are also registered for that. So we are helping those businesses get connected here. And then one of the other things we're doing as part of that relationship is doing like business visits to just check in on businesses, see how they're doing, see if there's anything that we can do to help. So the number was added from on that list because we just did one this past week. So we visited 32 local businesses with our ambassador team and our board of directors. We've hopped in, checked in, and then the city of Chino also provides a bag of here's all the things that you might need from the city of Chino and resources. Devin came along with us on those tours as well. So that's a great way to provide some resources to local businesses. So with that, that's the list of the things that we've been in partnership doing together. Obviously, we partner in a ton of different ways. We've talked about the Entrepreneurship Center that we've got some funding for to help develop that. So there's just tons of exciting opportunities, and that's what I'd like to leave us with. I just see so much opportunity here, and I know you all do too as well. So thank you for pursuing that and working with us to achieve those goals.
Thank you, Zeb.
Yeah.
So before we take our seats, are there any questions from the dais?
Questions, comments? No, thank you very much.
Mayor, if I may just say, also Councilmember Flores is our liaison to the chamber, and so thank you for the many, many hours that you go to meetings and ribbon cuttings and representing our city, and also our whole council has been going to so many of these ribbon cuttings, and the more that we have, it's the more work that you all have to do. So we want to thank you for not only your support, but actually being out there and trying new tacos and new chicken sandos. I just like saying chicken sandos. But thank you very much for that. And then Zeb, one thing on your slides there, we are halfway through the year, if we can imagine that. We have 15 ribbon cuttings so far. Last year, I believe the number was 11 that we did in ribbon cuttings. So already just halfway through, we're rocking and rolling. So it's so fun to do this work and amazing to do it here in Chino. Thank you.
Thank you. Chris?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for the presentation. I have amazing things to say about you guys, but real quick, Zeb, I just want to say, I mean, your leadership there at the chamber, I mean, is astonishing. One thing I've never really heard anybody say about you, and I've noticed this, I think, over the last 6 months, is just your skill for finding talent, right? The people you have around you, the new board members, right, that are part of the team. I think that's a huge skill, right, for anyone to have, is being able to have the eye for finding talent. So congratulations to you, congratulations to the chamber, and I look forward to more collaboration and more opportunity in the future.
Awesome, thank you. This is one of the things that I found is the most talented thing that I got right here. But I do want to say the economic development team that you guys have put together is also phenomenal as well. So it's a great partnership because we are both top-notch organizations doing great things.
I think you need to introduce your sidekick.
Yes. This is my son, my youngest son, Leonardo. So I have 3. So I have a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, and this is my 5. You're 5 years old, right?
Well, pick him up so people can see him.
Here, come up.
He ran all the way up here to be seen.
Yeah, say hello.
Hi.
All right.
And to our economic development team, I just want to say, oh, Ranisha.
That's cute. Good job, good job. Thank you all.
Great job, ladies.
Okay, we did have closed session prior to the council meeting starting. I'd like to ask our attorney to give us a report out of that meeting.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council, and all of those present. The City Council met in closed session, as announced by the mayor, and discussed the following 3 items as listed on the closed session portion of the agenda. Item 1, conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, the matter of Gotbapadi versus City of Chino. City Council received a briefing, provided direction, and no further reportable action was taken. Item number 2, conference with real property negotiator concerning the property at 16358 Main Street, Building 7, Suites 130 and 140, with the negotiating party being Homecoming V at the Preserve LLC. City Council discussed price and terms of a potential lease, provided direction, and no further reportable action was taken. Finally, item number 3, conference with legal counsel, one item of anticipated litigation under the heading significant exposure to litigation. City Council received a briefing on that matter, and no further reportable action was taken. That concludes the report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. City Manager Wright, do we have any agenda additions or changes?
No changes, Mayor.
Thank you very much. We have an external agency report for June in our information packet. I encourage you all to access that online. Next, under public announcements. First, I invite you to celebrate America's 250th anniversary with us during our 2-day fireworks spectacular on Friday, June 26th and Saturday, June 27th at Ayala Park. Enjoy carnival rides, delicious food, information and retail vendors, live music, and the best fireworks show in the Inland Empire on June 27th at 9 p.m. For more information, please visit cityofchino.org/FS, and we will see you there. Also, please note that the City of Chino and most city facilities will be closed on Friday, July 3rd in celebration of the 4th of July holiday. We'll be back to our normal business hours on Monday, July 6th. Next, I'd like to adjourn tonight's meeting in honor of 3 beloved members of the Chino community. Ralph Berger was a longtime Chino fire captain who was a treasured member of this community for over 60 years. He loved classic cars, especially his 1962 Chevy Impala. He was known for making friends wherever he went, and he was also known for volunteering as Santa Claus during the Christmas season. He was an active member in the Chino Valley Fire Foundation and was awarded the Fred L. Burns Community Service Award after many years of dedicated service to his community. Ralph passed away after a very short illness on May 23rd. Next, Mary Wolfenbarger was a pillar of this community for many years, working dutifully alongside her late husband Jerry at the family business, O.F. Wolfenbarger Incorporated, which provides landscaping materials to the community for nearly a century. Mary was a devoted mother to 5 children and a cherished member of her community. She is lovingly remembered not only by her children, but by her 14 grandchildren, 13 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandchild, who will all miss her very dearly. She passed away on April 26th. And last, Joe Alex Cavalier was a dedicated and cherished member of the City of Chino family. Working in the Public Works Department for many years before celebrating his retirement. In retirement, he found joy. 37 years. Okay. In his retirement, he found joy in the open road, seeking out adventure on his Harley-Davidson motorcycle. But above all, Joe was dedicated to his family, including his wife of 41 years, Gabriela, his 3 daughters, his grandson, and his grandson. Joe will be remembered for his generosity, for building a close-knit family, and for working with his grandson on trucks, bikes, and other projects. Joe passed away in March of this year. On behalf of the City Council and the entire City of Chino, we extend our deepest condolences to their families and loved ones of Ralph Berger, Mary Wolfenbarger, and Joe Cavalier. So tonight we will be adjourning in their memory. Next is public communication. This is the time and the place for the general public to address the City Council about subjects that do not appear elsewhere on the agenda. Due to council policy and Brown Act requirements, actions cannot be taken on any issues that are not on the agenda. Ordinance number 97-08, Chino Municipal Code Section 2.04.090. Limit speakers to no more than 5 minutes in which to address the council, except as provided under Government Code 54954.3B2. If more than 3 persons seek to address the same agenda item or the same subject matter, a maximum period of time not to exceed 30 minutes may be established. My first written request to speak is Pastor Lon Wagner from Cross Point Church. Pastor Wagner will be leading us in an invocation. For all those who would like to join us, please stand.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's pray. Lord, you made us to do life together. When we are in healthy families, we thrive. When we participate in thriving neighborhoods and communities, we are blessed. And when our city flourishes, it helps to make life good for every citizen, every school, every business, and every church in that city. Thank you for all the good things happening in Chino. We're grateful for all the successes experienced, whether they be on the Little League baseball field, in the classroom, at the business office, in the worship center, or in the city council boardroom. We thank you, Lord, for the good things happening here. We pray for the protection of those who protect us. Protect our police officers and firefighters. Lord, their work is often dangerous, at the same time so important. We truly appreciate all that they do, Lord. Help them to serve us with excellence. And Lord, we pray for our leaders, for our mayor, our city council members, for our city manager and city attorney, and for so many others whose leadership affects our lives in so many ways. Thank you, Lord, for their hard work. Give them wisdom and discernment in all the decisions that they must make. In all these things, we pray for our city. May we continue to thrive in our life together. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Okay, that's the only written request that I have to speak on a non-agenda item. City Clerk, do we have any remote speakers for
Yes,
public
Mayor.
comment?
We do have one public comment from Mr. Connor. I'll bring him into the meeting.
Okay.
Hi, Mayor Ulloa. Hi, city staff. I'd like to see a presentation from staff on how Channel 3 works and what went into the last upgrade and just generally how it works and how much it costs to put the TV station on the air. If you could do that at a future council meeting, I would appreciate it.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, and we will look into that. Are there any other comments, Natalie?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the council on an item that is not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none. Now, we do have a tradition here, and that is any student or scout that happens to be in the audience to get credit for a class or a badge. We would like you to come up and introduce yourself and tell us why you're here. So I see several scouts in the audience. I'd like to have you come up one at a time and introduce yourselves. Tell us what you're working on. Come on, fellas. Here comes the first brave one. Come to the lectern, sweetie, right there. The microphone, right on the other side. Yep, line up, come on.
Hi, my name is Hunter. I'm a second class scout, and I'm here to get some requirements done for merit badges.
Which merit badge?
It's community, or citizenship in the community, and I forgot what the other communications.
Okay, thank you very much for being here. Next.
Good evening, Mayor. I am Austin LeBlanc. I'm here for working on requirement 3A for the Citizenship and Community Merit Badge.
Thank you for being here.
Hello, Mayor and council members. I'm Aiden Flores, and I'm a Star Scout, and I'm working on communications and citizenship in the community merit badges.
Thank you very much.
Good evening, council members and mayor. My name is Wyatt McDonald, and I'm working on the communications and citizenship in the community merit badge.
Terrific.
Hello, Mayor. My name is Matthew Cieslik, and I'm here to learn a little bit about the local government.
Thank you.
Hello, Mayor. I am Javian Yamba. I'm currently here for the community merit badge.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Jarrell, and I'm here to work on requirements for the community, the citizenship in the community merit badge and communication merit badge.
Hello, Mayor. I'm Preston Johnson. I'm here for the citizenship in the community merit badge.
We appreciate all of you being here. Thank you very much, and I hope you find it interesting. Is there anyone else in the audience that has not addressed the council yet on an item that is not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, we will move on. Our first item of action is the consent calendar. Do any council members wish to have any items pulled for discussion? Okay, we do have one request to get some information from item number 5, Mr. Stubby Barr.
Natalie, I'll send this to you electronically.
Thank you.
Good evening, councilors. Just been too much upbeat stuff tonight. I got to bring it down a little bit, unfortunately. So at the last meeting, I brought to your attention the lack of the accessibility issues at the Chino Airport parking lot. And I mentioned the code sections that require it, and I just want to remind you once again, because we have, on tonight's consent calendar, we have the A-block batting cages project, which again failed to provide the accessibility requirements that the law requires. As a matter of fact, just for your general information, we have spent, at last count, it was $41 million on Ayala Park since 2008. And we have failed to do the $8 million worth of accessibility upgrades that are required for each and every project. So the first page is the section of the Government Code 4453, which I have quoted to you, and now you can see in person. This is part of what's referred to as Government Code 4450 because the title of the act is long and awkward. It's the Access to Public Facilities by Disabled Persons Act. There's no good acronym, so we just refer to it as Government Code 4450. 4453, and I'll just read the highlighted portion. The responsibility for enforcement of this chapter, and the chapter they're referring to is the accessibility requirements for public facilities, shall be as follows. By the governing bodies thereof where funds of municipalities are utilized. I mentioned this last time. It isn't dependent on who does the work. It's dependent on where the funding comes from. And if you turn over to page 2 on the back side, you'll see this exact same language in the building code. The highlighted portion in the middle at 19144.2 is exactly the same, and you'll notice that the DSA in its advisory, that's the Department of the State Architect, refers it back to Government Code 4453. To contrast that, below in section 4.3, highlighted in blue, you'll see that the building department of every city is the enforcing agency where private funds are utilized. So the difference is the building code and the staff is responsible for accessibility on private projects. You, as the council, are responsible for enforcing accessibility anywhere we spend public funds. So, thank you. Just another reminder, it's something we need to improve on.
Is it your position, Stubby, that the batting cages are not accessible?
I'm sorry?
Is it your position that the batting cages are not accessible?
Anything you build under both federal and state law, I don't care what it is, it could be a staircase that's not accessible, has to be on an accessible route. APOC and the batting cages, you can't get there in a wheelchair. It's not connected to the city sidewalk, which is required. It's not connected to the entrances, and it's not connected to any other portion of the city, or not the city, of the park. All of that is required. All of that was required in 2008 when we did the addition. But we didn't start it, we didn't do it, and every project we do is just a little self-contained project, but we never connect them together. That's not the only issue that arises. You can't have a batting cage that doesn't have an accessible path of travel from where you get your tokens to where the batting cage is. These are just general things that we've been over and over and over. In 2017 to 2019, I did a, 1,400-page report on accessibility for Ayala Park, and none of those items have been corrected. So that's where we stand,
Thank you.
unfortunately.
Thank you very much.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Natalie, I don't need this. Thank you.
I think this item needs to be a workshop in the future on accessibility in Ayala Park so we can put this to bed and figure out why things are not connected.
Okay, Mayor, we can take it to the Infrastructure Committee?
Yes. Yeah, we need this looked into. Okay, do any council members wish to have any items pulled or discussed? Anyone in the audience have any items on the consent calendar they wish to have discussed? Okay, then I would. Yes.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, there's a motion from Councilman Mayor Pro Tem Burton. Is there a second? Second from Councilmember Lucio. Please vote. Oh, do we have any, Natalie, do we have any communication from the outside? No, okay. So we need to vote. Okay, consent calendar passes unanimously. There's, for the audience's information, there's a new law that's passed. It goes into effect, I think it's July 1st, where we're required to allow public communication through telephone calls. So we always have to ask if there's anyone online that wants to communicate with us. So we're testing it out tonight because it goes into effect July 1st. Under new business, item number 15, fiscal year 2026-27 budget adoption. Our staff report this evening will be provided by our Director of Finance, Kim Sao, and our City Manager, Linda Reich. Oh, what happened?
The system's frozen.
Okay, it's back up now, I guess. We're okay now.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and council members. On June 2nd, we held the budget workshop, and staff presented an in-depth review of what we are requesting for next fiscal year. So tonight we will continue with the budget review, but much shorter. I will present a recap of what we are proposing for next year. Before we start with our expenditures, I would like to quickly review the revenues. This is a new report that we created for this meeting. And the revenues is the foundation of our entire budget. We have to know what we receive, what we will be receiving, in order to know how much we could spend. For next fiscal year, we estimated that we will bring in about $151 million. So what, I'm going to go over each line item quickly. For the taxes, we are expecting $116.8 million, which is a $3.7 million increase, or 3.3% of the prior fiscal year's budget. This increase includes about 2.3 increase in property taxes and about $1 million in sales tax. Under licenses and permits, we're expecting $1.9 million, which is an increase of about $400,000, and this includes mostly building permits, special events, and fireworks penalty. Under intergovernmental revenue, we're expecting $2.9 million, and that is an increase of about $756,000. And this increase is made up mainly of about $657,000 of the Euclid Avenue relinquished money. As you know, during this fiscal year, we were expecting about $18 million. However, when the money comes in, we're not going to spend all $18 million, so we're budgeting about $657 million of that, $657,000 of that $18 million. Under charges for services, a total of $14 million, which is an increase of about $3.3 million. And this is made up mostly of the fact that we moved the CSPR, Community Services Department, from its own fund to the general fund, and so all of their revenues are now included in the general fund estimates. Under use of money and property, we expect $6.3 million, which is a 3.5 increase from the prior year budget. So the 3.5 million increase is made up of mostly $1 million of increase in interest earning, and about 2.5 million of loan proceeds. So normally loan proceeds is a one-time revenue, or not even a revenue, but it's considered other funding sources, and we include it here so that we could, we also budget for about 2.5 million in expenditure for property acquisition. During the next council meeting on July 7th, we expect to bring back an item. We may be amending this portion of the budget for the 2.5 million because we will be financing the property acquisition instead. Under fines and forfeitures, we expect about $1.5 million. So the $3,900 increase is made up of, let's see, fines and forfeitures. It just skipped my mind. Okay, parking citation fines. Okay. Administrative citation revenues. So total-wise, we have $145 million in projected revenues, and transfers in of $6.1 million from other funds, mainly to pay for various reimbursement for operation. Under expenditures, we are expecting 150 million, and that is made up of, well, actually, we show various increases under each line item, and we went over why there was increase. Bottom line is the total increase is about $11.3 million, which is an 8.1% increase, mostly made up of increases in personnel services and increases in the inclusion of the community services budget. In addition to the budget request, we just wanted to highlight under personnel changes that during our February council meeting, council approved 17 positions, and 8 of them or 9 of them are being funded during this fiscal year's budget. And so that was already approved. For tonight, we're only asking for an approval of an additional public safety dispatcher, a part-time position for the police department. So in summary, the general fund totals resources and revenues total $151.5 million, and expenditures and transfers out of $150.5 million, which will end with a surplus of about $1 million. During the budget workshop, we also informed the City Council that we will be making a revision to the revenue estimates for the development impact fee. And with that revision, we are reducing the 20 million estimate by about 16 million down to $3.5 million. And therefore, the total special revenue funds, we will estimate a total of $57.5 million in total resources and $39.8 million in total uses, ending with a surplus of $17 million. So a lot of, under special revenue funds, the surplus, whenever we have a surplus, it will go back to the reserve. Some of the special revenue funds come in advance that will not be used, and so it will be reserved in the fund balance, and it will be used for the following year when the projects are being appropriated at that time. Under the enterprise funds, we projected a total of $115.6 million, and total expenditures and CIPs and transfers out of $92.2 million. So we also wanted to note that within the revenues and expenditures, we have a one-time $25 million emerging contaminants grant and $2 million of federal grant. And both of those resources are being appropriated for the State Street Water Treatment Project. So for this enterprise fund, we will end with a surplus of $23 million. So with the $23 million surplus, most of it, about $19 million, is from the water fund. So when we do not utilize all the budget within that year, the surplus goes back into the reserve, which will be mostly spent for a lot of carryover projects that are still in progress. As of this budget, we have about $70 million worth of incomplete CIP projects under the water fund. For the internal services fund, we estimate $67.7 million in revenues and transfers in, and $69 million in expenditures, CIP, and transfers out. There is a shortfall of $0.6 million, which will be covered by the reserves in each of those funds. And again, this is the year where we will be looking closely at the reserves that we set for each of the internal services fund, which we will bring back to the City Council in the future City Council meeting. Because our budget requires that every changes and increases to the budget is being approved by the City Council at the fund level. So we also have transfers in and out between funds. So therefore, we just wanted to highlight that we have about $37.6 million worth of transfers in and out between funds. And each of these, the detail of what makes up these transfers in and out can be found on page 13 to 15 of the budget book. As you note, we have transfers of about $12.9 million from the general fund to other funds, and which is being detailed in here. So general fund is transferring out about $5.9 million next year to other funds, and these other funds that they will be going to $3.8 million to support other funds in operation, and $2.1 million to support CIP projects. In addition, we also transferring out about $7 million to other funds for the prior year approved CIP. So these $7 million, because they were previously approved in the prior year, they're being paid for by the fund balance in the general fund and not from the current year's budget. So total-wise, we have about $13 million transfer out of general fund to other funds. And again, at the end of the year, we also have capital projects that are incomplete by June 30, 2026, and we estimate about $126 million will be transferred to the next fiscal year. So this is just an estimate. By the end of maybe September or October, when all of our bills for this year have been paid, we will true up what is left of those budget, and we will carry the actual amount over to the next fiscal year. So again, finally, the general fund, we expect to end next year, June 30, 2027, with a fund balance of $42.9 million. So as you can see from 2024, starting with $32 million, the fund balance is growing steadily each year. And the reason for this growth is several factors. When we receive more revenues than we expected, that helps grow the fund balance. If we spend less than what we budgeted, that helps grow the fund balance. And also at the end of the year, when our estimate is less than what we projected, and the auditor, after we close out the year, true ups the fund balance, that also adds up to what we projected. So the number is growing steadily, and it's a good sign. So that concludes my presentation of the budget. So we recommend that the City Council adopt resolution. I can read. Resolution number 2026-039, approving the fiscal year 26-27 proposed budget and also the 5-year capital improvement program. And second, adopt resolution 2026-040, approving the appropriations limit for fiscal year 2027. And finally, authorize the city manager to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Are there any members of the audience that would like to address the council on the budget? Natalie, are there any inquiries online?
No.
Any council members have any questions or comments? Okay, then I would entertain a motion in a second.
I'll make the motion.
Motion from Councilmember Lucio, second from Mayor Pro Tem Burton. Please vote. Maybe.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with the system.
Okay, you want to have
Does
a vote?
Lucio and Burton?
Yes.
Try one more time.
You want to Do a voice vote then?
It just came up.
Come on. Okay, the item. I can't vote. You can't vote?
Councilmember Comstock, you want to provide your vote?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll
then
record
the
it.
item passes unanimously. Item number 16, award of contract to HDL for business license software and compliance services. Report is from our revenue manager, Lisa Conlon, and our director of finance, Kim Sao.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm very pleased to present this contract during tonight's council meeting. In tandem with the economic team's effort to bring in new businesses to the city, we would also like to match that effort by ensuring that businesses who operate in the city has the ability to apply for a business license and be compliant with our business license code. Therefore, this year we reached out to HDL for that service to help us search for businesses who are not licensed and to bring them into compliance, because currently we only have 2 business license technicians who's doing this work, and we need additional help. So I would like to turn this time over to our revenue manager, Lisa Conlon, to provide us a review of this service.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and council members. Before you this evening is a proposed agreement with Hinderleiter, Delamas and Associates. Going forward, I'll refer to them as HDL, for implementation of a new business license software platform and business license compliance services. The city currently processes approximately 5,300 business licenses annually, generating just over $1 million in annual revenue. Business licenses are required for all businesses operating within the city. However, our current process is largely manual and paper-based, requiring applications and payments to be submitted in person or by mail. As the number of businesses operating in Chino continues to grow, staff resources have become increasingly limited in our ability to proactively monitor compliance. Based on HDL's analysis, it is estimated that as many as 500 businesses may be currently operating without a valid business license. The proposed services would modernize the city's business license program, improve customer service, and help ensure all businesses are treated fairly and consistently. The contract at hand has actually 2 different components. There is a business license and then the compliance services. So, excuse me. The first component of the proposal is the business license software system. This is a cloud-based platform which will replace the manual processes with a modern, secure, web-based solution. Businesses will be able to apply for, renew, and pay for licenses online at their convenience, reducing the need for in-person visits and paper forms. The system will improve accessibility by providing ADA-compliant online services available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It will also improve data security, streamline internal workflows, and allow staff to spend less time on administrative processes and more time assisting customers. Overall, the software modernizes service delivery while supporting the long-term sustainability of the business licensing program. The second component is the business license discovery and compliance services. These services are designed to identify businesses operating within the city that have not obtained their required business license and assist them in becoming compliant with city regulations. The program promotes fairness by ensuring that businesses complying with city requirements are not disadvantaged compared to those operating without a license. HDL estimates the program could generate up to $330,000 in one-time revenue from previously unidentified businesses, along with approximately $130,000 in recurring annual revenue moving forward. To encourage voluntary compliance, businesses identified through the program will be offered a 30-day amnesty period on penalties before enforcement measures are pursued. If approved, implementation of the Prime software system is expected to take approximately 2 months. During that period, HDL will configure the software, develop the public-facing portal, and migrate the city's existing business license data. Staff will then conduct testing and training prior to launching the system for public use. At the same time, HDL will begin researching potentially unlicensed businesses. Once the software platform is operational, compliance outreach efforts are expected to begin approximately 1 month later. This phased approach allows the city to first establish the modernized licensing platform before beginning broader compliance efforts. Funding for these services has been included within the proposed fiscal year 26-27 operating budget. The Prime Business License software system has an estimated first-year cost of approximately $100,000, which includes implementation and annual licensing costs. Ongoing annual costs are estimated at approximately $25,500, subject to CPI adjustments capped at 5%. Over the 5-year term, the total software cost is estimated at approximately $201,500. Staff believes these costs are reasonable given the operational efficiencies, customer service improvements, and revenue enhancement opportunities provided by the system. The compliance services component is contingency fee based, meaning the city only pays for results achieved through the program. The contingency fee covers all compliance-related activities, including research, outreach, processing applications and payments, and uploading records into the city's database. While compliance is directed at businesses who have never obtained a business license, collection services are available for delinquent accounts, and audit services are available for active accounts. Collections and audit services are included in the contract but are optional and can be employed on a case-by-case basis. Staff have no immediate plan to use the collections or auditing service. Based on HDL's estimates, the city could realize up to $330,000 in one-time revenue and approximately $130,000 in recurring annual revenue from the compliance program, helping offset the cost of the overall program. In summary, this proposal modernizes the city's business license program, improves customer service and accessibility, increases operational efficiency, and enhances compliance with city requirements. Therefore, staff recommends that the City Council adopt the resolution awarding a 5-year professional services agreement to HDL for implementation and support of the Prime Business License software system and business license discovery and compliance services, and authorize the city manager to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the city. Staff is available to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the council on item number 16? Anyone online?
No, Mayor.
Okay. Any comments from council members? Then I entertain a motion in a second.
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Okay. Motion from Councilman Flores, second from Mayor of Town Pro Tem Burton. Please vote. Come on. Okay, item. Karen, yours still won't work?
No, I vote yes, Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Item passes unanimously. Item number 17, approve amendment number 4 with Biggs Cardosa Associates Incorporated and enter into a memorandum of understanding with Santa Ana Watershed Project Authority for Euclid Avenue Bridge Project, ST 243. This item is to approve the transfer of $508,068 and approve an amendment number 4 for $891,409 with Biggs Cardosa Associates for engineering. Staff report this evening will be provided by our senior engineer, Michelle Hinson, and our Director of Public Works, Hygen Lee.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and council members. Tonight, I will be recommending approval of amendment number 4 to the professional service agreement with Biggs Cardosa Associates and approval to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Santa Ana Watershed Project Authority, or SAPA, for the Euclid Avenue Bridge Project. The Euclid Avenue Bridge Project is a critical project for the regional connectivity in the city of Chino, as well as the cities of Chino Hills, Eastvale, Ontario, and other adjacent communities. The project aims to replace the existing bridge with a new structure elevated above the 100-year Chino Creek floodplain elevation and the 50-year Prado Basin inundation pool elevation. This will provide reliable access and increased safety for motorists during heavy rain events. The project will also remove the bottleneck along this route by providing a continuous 4-lane roadway, and will also provide an improved access to Pomona Rincon Road, serving the archery and shooting range facilities. Finally, the project will include designated pedestrian and cycling facilities to enhance multimodal transport through this corridor. In November of 2023, the city entered into a professional services agreement with Biggs Cardosa Associates for engineering design and bid support services. In February of 2025, City Council approved Amendment Number 2 with Biggs Cardosa for additional consultant services to prepare an environmental impact report, or EIR, for the project. Subsequently, in May of 2025, Council approved a professional services agreement with Ariano Associates to support the public outreach activities related to the EIR. A feasibility study for the bridge concept was completed in 2024. The city is currently in the environmental review stage, which will continue through this summer. The final design is anticipated to be completed by the end of the year. Upon completion of a constructability review and receipt of environmental permits, the project could be shelf-ready as early as summer of 2027. Advertisement for construction would be entirely dependent upon the city securing funding. As the design of the Euclid Bridge project advances, several items have been identified by the city and Biggs Cardosa as beneficial for or necessary for the project that were not included in the original project scope. The city has determined that the addition of a traffic signal at the intersection of Euclid Avenue and the entrance to the Prado Regional Park would be advantageous to include with this project due to the forecasted traffic volumes. Shown on this slide is that intersection, and this is facing northbound. The proposed amendment includes design of the traffic signal, extension of the multi-use path and lighting from the current project terminus to this intersection, and environmental documentation for this expanded project scope. As part of the geotechnical fieldwork proposed for the project, additional unanticipated biological and archaeological monitoring will also be required in accordance with pending local tribal monitoring agreements. The amendment with Biggs Cardosa also adds the design of a new pipeline carrying brine waste owned by SAPA to replace a segment interfering with the project, as further discussed on the next slide. As part of the utility coordination for the project, an existing brine line owned by SAPA was identified as conflicting with the deep foundation and retaining walls of the proposed bridge, as shown as the yellow segments on this exhibit. SAPA staff determined that relocation of the entire reach 4A, shown in red here, would be the most appropriate solution. The new alignment, which is shown in green, would be designed by the City of Chino through this through the amendment with Biggs Cardosa. The city and SAPA engaged into terms of a memorandum of understanding for the cost share for the design of the brine line relocation. The MOU establishes that those design costs would be split equally amongst the two parties. SAPA would reimburse the city for design services included in the Biggs Cardosa contract upon completion of the design. The cost shares will be revisited during the construction phase of the project. The MOU was approved by SAPA at their Project Agreement 24 Committee meeting that was held on April 7, 2026. Staff therefore recommends that City Council approve Amendment Number 4 with Biggs Cardosa Associates for $891,409 for a new not-to-exceed contract amount of $5,224,168.58, and approve a memorandum of understanding with SAPA for the brine line relocation design cost share, which will equally divide the design costs. The slide shown here provides a breakdown of the project's overall budget, including these recommended actions. And that concludes the presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Michelle, I have a question. There have been comments over the years that the brine line, we're going to run out of room. Has there been any thought of enlarging it at all? Do you know?
Yes, I could answer that. We negotiated with SAPA, and this is actually a very good agreement that we negotiated with SAPA, that they're going to pay for half of the design and half of the construction, and they are going to upsize it sooner rather than later.
Good.
So they could capitalize on the fact that early construction will allow for them to capitalize on additional capacity. So it's actually a very good collaboration with
Are we
SAPA.
going to be able to obtain any additional space?
If we
Guaranteed
need
space?
to, yes. Right now, we don't have a need, but if we need to, yes.
Okay. Because I know that's been an issue in the past. We may run out of run out of space.
Yes, they are going to upsize it as a part of the project.
This is going to be expensive.
Yes.
Oh, man. Any questions, comments? Any comments, questions from the audience?
Karen. Hadrian, can you please, or Michelle, can you please go back? Keep going. Hold on, one more. Yeah, there. Those are just my comments. I know we entered into this initial agreement in 2023. I mean, reading this report, it wasn't clear, but in seeing the presentation tonight, I just, like anything else, I don't want to rush something, but I am looking forward to like the finish line on it, right? I do think it's nice that we identified this issue with SAPA. I think that's one of the, also one of the benefits with hiring Big, so thank you for that. But it is nice to see that design will hopefully come to a conclusion, and with the appropriate funding, maybe we can get under construction sometime maybe next year. My only other comment is the name of the street there that you're talking about in front of Prado Park is actually McCombs Way, not M. Combs, named after the McCombs family, the former owners of the Chino Champion. Yes. So, thank you. It's
If I
sign
may,
is posted right there at the entry to Prado Park. So.
if I could kind of go back on history here. Do you, as you recall, we pivoted on how we're going to approach this project.
Yes.
The original scope was a basically earthen embankment, which and also mitigated negative declaration, and we didn't think that will be a good way to proceed such a magnitude of a project. So we did a review of that methodology and also go with the EIR to protect the city. And that's one of the reasons why it has taken a little longer, because the environmental process takes some time.
Hadrian, I do not wish for this to be expressed as displeasure about any of these projects. We have advanced and made more progress on both this project and obviously the Pine Avenue connector in the past few years than we have in several years, partly because of timing, opportunity, and other things that have come our way, but also the work of our staff. So thank you. Thank you for also seeing the opportunity to upgrade, as the mayor pointed out, our SAPA line, and just to keep up the good work. I was just, you do get anxious, like these design projects can just kind of linger on for years, and just for the sake of us at the council and the public, I want to know hopefully when we're going to get under construction. So this is an appropriate timeline. Thank you.
And to piggyback off of that, do we have any idea when we want to start contacting our other elected officials to start trying to work on some funding?
We've already started having some conversations. The difficulty will be you have to have the shelf ready. So we've already started having those conversations with our partners. But I would say once we have it shelf ready, we'll start looking, Vivian, who our Employee of the Year, she'll start looking for those opportunities, and then we will go after it. Council members, staff, because it's going to be a very expensive project.
This has been our Achilles tendon for years, not having the shelf-ready project, not being able to take somebody to somebody and say, hey, we want to do this. Well, what's it look like? What's it going to cost? What is the design? So this is great news. Great news for us on a couple levels for transportation improvements down there. So keep up the good work.
I'm hoping that the county will also help us, since part of the off-ramp goes into the shooting range and stuff, so they need to participate.
At this point, we have really good support in the region. So it's just a matter of identifying those federal funds, really is what we're going to need.
Maybe
Make this project
it's
happen.
probably good for us to get more involved with the National League of Cities so we can spend some time talking about that.
Well, and also I think we need to start talking to our lobbyists in Washington to see when's a good time for us to head down there and start talking to our folks down there.
In Sacramento. Okay, any comments from the audience? Anyone online? Yes, sir. If you want to come up, please, to the lectern.
Thank you for the presentation. Actually, I had been living in Chino Preserve for the last 17 years, and Euclid off-ramp, on-ramp, that's quite a very challenging experience because of the congestion and everything. And as I know that Euclid Avenue is a Caltrans facilities, right?
Actually, we have a relinquishment completed, so now Euclid is City of Chinos.
Whole Euclid or some portion of the Euclid?
All of them from Upland to down here, because each city have got relinquishment from Caltrans.
That's very good news. Otherwise, I was thinking about that there's some additional collaboration needed with Caltrans, and especially when you're designing or constructing the bridge, and ultimately the on-ramp, off-ramps will be, connecting so that it's not only bridge, all through how you can add the capacity of the lanes and everything. Probably at the design phase, they will be doing that. But since it's been relinquished, so you get the solution is there already. Thank you.
Now we just need the money.
And money, I think those bridge money, safety money, FTIP money, a lot of money is sitting around, and as long as we can find it. Yep. Actually, just for your information, I do work for Caltrans in District 7, but I know this area is under District 8. Yep. Anyway, thanks for the great work.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, anyone else in the audience? And we have no one online? Okay, motion and a second, please.
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Okay, motion from Councilmember Comstock, second from Councilman Lucio. Please vote.
I'll give a voice vote, Mayor. I vote yes.
Yeah, mine's not come up yet.
We'll just do a voice vote.
Okay.
Councilmember Lucio?
Yes.
Councilmember Flores?
Yes.
Councilmember Comstock, yes. Thank you.
Yes,
And
thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Burton?
Yes.
And Mayor Ulloa?
Yes.
Thank you.
Item passes unanimously. Item number 18, award of contract for security guard services. Staff report this evening is by our Assistant City Manager, Rogelio Huerta, and our Assistant City Manager, Jackie Melendez. I'm getting tongue-tied.
Close to the end.
Yeah, close to the end.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. Tonight we bring forward a request for approval of a 5-year professional service agreement with American Global Security for unarmed security guard services for the Civic Center, including City Hall, the Senior Center, and the Carolyn Olmos Community Center right across the street. The city utilizes these contract services to maintain safety for employees and visitors at these 3 public facilities. And the city's current contract for security services with American Guard Services expires at the end of the month. And in preparation for this expiration, staff issued a request for proposals on April 16th. And the city received 33 proposals by the deadline. An evaluation committee with representatives from administration, community services, park and recreation, and the police departments reviewed and scored each submission. And proposals were evaluated based on experience, qualification, past performance, project methodology, responsiveness, and cost. And following the initial evaluation process, staff then conducted interviews of our top 3 submittals. American Global Security was identified as the highest ranked proposer following the evaluation and interview process. And the total estimated cost for the 5-year agreement is $1,114,412. And funding for the first year, totaling $209,362, is included in the proposed fiscal year 26-27 budget, which was just approved a few items ago. And then for funding for future fiscal year will be budgeted accordingly upon council's approval. And with that, staff recommends that the City Council approve the 5-year agreement with American Global Security for an estimated amount of $1,114,412, and authorize the city manager or their designee to execute any necessary documents. This concludes my presentation, and we're happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Rogelio. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the council on this item? Anyone online? Council member comments? Questions?
I just want to say they've done a good job keeping the homeless away from City Hall. I mean, before we had them, we had an issue with them being inside the bathrooms, them being on the lawn, and what we're starting to see is we're starting to see the regular community come out and enjoy the lawn. So I think they've done a great job, and I'm glad you guys are retaining them for another 5 years.
I think this is a new service.
Different company?
Yes, Mayor, Councilmember Lucio, yes, this is the new company that was selected for this service. With that being said, the interview process, we made it clear that that's one of our key points that we want to address, and they have extensive training with de-escalation, mental health issues, and things like that for the unhoused community. So we're very confident in this provider to provide the same, if not maybe even better, service than our current provider.
Okay.
Okay, then I would entertain a motion in a second, please.
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
I'll second.
Motion from Councilmember Comstock, second from Councilmember Lucio. I don't know if we're gonna, you want voice vote? No? It's not coming up.
Okay. Councilmember Lucio?
Yes.
Councilmember Flores?
Yes.
Councilmember Comstock?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Burton?
Yes.
Mayor Ulloa?
Yes. Item passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda is Mayor and Council reports. I'm going to try to make mine very quick. Monday, June 3rd, I attended Omnitrans and SBCT Boards of Directors. On Friday, June 5th, I attended the Senior Center Club June birthday celebrations. Saturday, June 6th, I attended the memorial service for Lori Viramontes, and we will be adjourning in her memory at the next council meeting. Tuesday, June 9th, I attended the budget study session with the rest of the council and many of our staff members. Wednesday, June 10th, I attended the investment committee with Councilmember Flores and a meeting regarding zoning update with city staff. Thursday, June 11th, I attended the Omnitrans Admin and Finance Committee meeting and SBCTA Transit Committee and Metro Valley Committee meetings. And that afternoon, I attended the funeral and celebration of life for Ralph Berger. Sunday, just last Sunday, June 14th, I attended our Chino rodeo. It's been 20 years since we've had one, and it was a lot of fun. I want to thank Captain Dustin Tomasek for driving the pickup truck. Myself and our last rodeo queen, Tamara Urino, was with us. She was the queen 20 years ago. Now she's all grown up. She spent 10 years as a military nurse and is now an actual trainer for nurses. It was a lot of fun. Oh my goodness sakes. It was a sold out crowd. It was fun seeing the Chino community come out in total Western regalia. They had some line dancing going on, and it was so much fun. Hot. It was very, very hot. Next year, they're hoping to have it in May, and it might be a 2 to 3 day event. So I'm hoping they'll bring back the milk drinking contests, and I don't think we'll have hay bucking contests because we don't have the dairies anymore, but there's still, they did have mutton busting, which was fun for the kids, and they had bronc riding and bull riding. So I'm not going to challenge our chief to ride a bull or our fire chief because I don't want you guys hurt. That is one rough sport. But it was, I was a proud horse mama. One of my horses, Jenna Houlihan, she does a lot of training for me and riding for me. She rode one of my horses and carried the great big gigantic U.S. flag. And he did a really, really good job. It was fun seeing him running around. He did a great job. I want to remind everyone that on July 10th, Friday night, is the FFA 4-H auction that's held at the Chino Junior Fairground. I think it starts at about 5 o'clock. They have a delicious barbecue and then the auction of the animals that the kids have raised. You don't have to buy an animal. You can donate just some money to some kids. but it's such a wonderful program and it helps us maintain some of our heritage, which we're still trying to hang on to, doggone it. And hopefully we'll get a farm back when and if we ever take control of the old Heman G. Stark facility. And then today, I had a teleconference with our city manager and assistant city manager about today's agenda, and then I attended closed session. Mayor Pro Tem Burton, you have item number 19.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to request community support fund contribution for You Choose Positive Youth and also the neighborhood house.
Okay, we need a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Motion from Councilman Flores.
I'll make the second, Mayor. Thank you.
Second from Councilmember Comstock. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Lucio?
Yes.
Councilmember Flores?
Yes.
Councilmember Comstock?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Burton?
Yes.
And Mayor Ulloa?
Yes. Rest of your report, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. On the 3rd, I attended a meeting with a representative from Southern California Edison, and then I attended a ribbon cutting for Aki Tacos out at Schaefer and Fern in the Stater Brothers Shopping Center. Great tacos. If you haven't been out there, go out and try them. You won't regret it. On the 4th, I attended the employee recognition luncheon. We had a lot of employees out there. I was very, very proud of each and every one of their accomplishments. And the food was incredible. I believe it was catered by Roscoe's, but it was really, really good. So thank you to staff for that. After that, I attended the IEUA Policy Committee meeting, and then I closed the day out with staff attending the State of the City for Chino Hills. On the 6th, I attended the Chino in Action community event at Stubbe Park. It highlighted many of our departments, as well as our brand new helicopter, police helicopter. It was really neat. We had Supervisor Kurt Hagman out there. We were able to thank him again for his contribution to the program, as well as Senator Susan Rubio. She was there in attendance. Lots of people. It was really neat. After I attended that, I hustled up to the community building where I was able to attend the 100th anniversary of Boy Scout Troop 201 right here in the Chino community. It was incredible. Boy, was that well attended. Troop 201 has been here for 100 years. Councilmember Comstock was with me. Senator Rubio also attended that event, but that was really neat as well.
Was John Anderson there?
John was not there.
That's too
No,
bad.
unfortunately.
I think he's the oldest living Boy Scout in Chino.
That's what I understand. Eagle Scout.
Eagle Scout.
And then after that, Councilmember Comstock and I attended the celebration of life for Joe Cavalier. As everyone knows, Joe was a longtime city employee. I had the great honor of having my wife accompany me as well. She knows Joe's family pretty well, but what a loss. He's gonna be missed. On the 8th, I attended my one-on-one with the city manager. On the 9th, the city council study session. On the 11th, I attended the Water Master Appropriative Committee meeting. The 15th, I met with Fire Board President Krieger about some fire issues. On the zoning code update later in that afternoon with my one-on-one with the city manager. I ended my day at the Cultural Arts Foundation meeting. On the 16th, I had a water meeting with staff, meeting with some developers with Councilmember Lucio, and then we had closed session today, and Mayor, that pretty much ends. I do want to offer my condolences once again to Ralph Berger's family, Mary Wolfenbarger, and once again, Joe Cavalier. And also, I do want to remind everyone, I don't think we're going to have another council meeting, but we have our fireworks spectacular coming up at the end of the month, June 26th, the last Saturday. If you've never been there, go out, check it out. It's going to be a great time. Thousands of people arrive for this. It's our 250th anniversary of independence. I tell you, it's a great time anyway, but with 250 years under our belt, we're going to have a great time. So I look forward to it. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, Councilmember Comstock, you have item number 20.
Yes, Mayor, I would like to request the community support for each of the listed nonprofits attached to this page. I am personally familiar with the operations of each one, and I do believe that the contributions will help each of these organizations be equipped to provide services to the city of Chino. I would ask for the support from the council for each of these donations.
Okay, we need a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Second.
A motion from Councilman Flores, second from Councilman Lucio. I don't think it's working. Voice vote, please.
Yes.
Councilmember Councilmember Lucio.
Yes.
Councilmember Flores.
Yes.
Councilmember Comstock.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Burton.
Yes.
And Mayor Ulloa.
Yes.
Thank
Are you
you.
in a hurry?
I'm just trying to move it along.
Thank you, Mayor. The rest of my report consists of on June 4th, I attended the annual employee recognition luncheon at the Chino Fairgrounds. As discussed, the theme was Chino in the summer. It was a lot of fun and well attended. I want to also thank all of our company sponsors that helped bring that event together. And it was just fun. Great job by everybody that was there. Thank you to all the people from all the different departments who helped coordinate it as well. On June 6th, I attended the Connecting Chino event at Stuvie Park in the Preserve, which has been covered by Councilmember Burton quite well. We introduced the helicopter to the Preserve area, as well as several other departments within the city, from planning to community services to some of our community partners, for resources that are available to our residents there in the Preserve. It was actually very well attended by Preserve residents. It was a great turnout there that day. And boy, I'm proud of the air support and just the work that's continued to be done in our community. I then also went to Boy Scout Troop 201's 100-year celebration at their house located at the corner of 11th B and 11th B Street here in Chino. Scouting's rich heritage here in Chino has left a great legacy in our community, as you saw tonight with Troop 202. I am a firm believer in scouting and the transformative change that it produces in young men across the nation. I'm also very proud of John Anderson's work there. Mayor, they named the housing, the Cub House there, the John Anderson House. So that's very nice for him. Yes, later that day, I attended a celebration of life for former city employee and coworker Joe Cavalier at the Senior Center. I just want to say, wow, like Joe touched a lot of people's lives in addition to being just a great coworker for a long time. There were so many people there at the Senior Center to celebrate him and the legacy that he has left, and Joe will be missed. On June 9th, I attended the DIF study session along with the rest of the council here in the chambers, which brings me to tonight. I attended a meeting with the Councilmember Lucio, staff, and Lewis Land Management about operations of mutual concern. Then later today, I attended closed session with the rest of the city council. I'd like to extend my congratulations to Hilda Miller on her retirement. She's just a lovely lady to work with, hard worker. I wish her the best in her retirement and her family. Also to all the employees that received the Employee of the Year award. We are so proud of you, your departments, and all the work that you continue to do in our city. We don't say it often enough, but congratulations. And again, my sympathy to the Berger, Wolfenbarger, and Cavalier families. The legacy that each of your family members has left in our community will live on in their service. And that concludes my report tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Councilmember Flores, you have item number 21.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. I'm asking for approval from the council for community support fund contributions of $325 to Rancho del Chino Rotary and $325 to the Chino Valley Optimist Club.
Okay, we need a motion and a second.
I'll make the second, Mayor.
Motion from Mayor Pro Tem Burton, second from Councilmember Comstock. Voice vote, please.
Councilmember Lucio.
Yes.
Councilmember Flores.
Yes.
Councilmember Comstock.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Burton.
Yes.
And Mayor Ulloa.
Yes. Continue.
Yes, thank you for that. So on the 2nd, I attended the council budget workshop. On the 5th, I attended a grand opening, one of the 15 under the new program for Angry Chicks Chino down in the Preserve. On the 9th, I attended the city council study session. On the 10th, the investment advisory committee with the mayor. And that same day, I attended the zoning code update. And that concludes my update, Mayor. I think one last thing I do want to say is, I know you said you don't want to see the Chiefs bull riding. but we still would like to see a boxing match. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, I guess that challenge still stays, gentlemen. Councilmember Lucio, you have item number 22.
Yes, I'd like to ask for approval for community sports support fund contribution to the Chino Kiwanis Club for $250, the Corn Feed Run, the Chino Valley Rotary Club bingo event, $250, the Chino Youth Museum, $250, and the You Choose Positive Youth, $500.
Okay, motion and a second, please.
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Motion from Councilman Flores, second from Mayor Pro Tem Burton. Voice vote, please.
Councilmember Lucio?
Yes.
Councilmember Flores?
Yes.
Councilmember Comstock?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Burton?
Yes.
And Mayor Ulloa?
Yes.
Okay, and my report, also on the 6th, I attended the Chino in Action, Reaching New Heights with the introduction of the helicopter. Again, I want to thank Supervisor Hagman for his $1 million contribution to the helicopter. On the 9th, I attended the Chino's Institution for Men and the Chino's Institution for Women Advisory Committee meeting. They still have 43 death row inmates in there. The 44th died of natural causes. He was again, I don't understand how they get into level ones, but he was a cop killer, killed a police officer from West Covina, and ended up dying in prison. One thing I did talk to Aaron about, and I'm hoping you can help facilitate this, Chief, is we have a bloodhound, and obviously we have the new helicopter. I would love to start training with them. They said that they're all for training with us in case of an escape. So if and when something like this happens, that it isn't the first time that we're working with them. It's something that we've already have in place, and we've worked out through those bugs because obviously we have some inmates in there that should never get out of prison. They also told us that the 50-bed hospital bed facility that was supposed to be done at the end of this month has been pushed back due to the contractors, I guess, having completed some items that need to be completed. So they said that they're anticipating maybe a 60-day delay. But they said that once they get the facility, because after they get the building, then they have to go through some sort of licensing from the state for the nursing and everything else that's going to go on. So he said that during that time, while they're waiting for their licensing before they get the inmates, that he will invite us to go take a look at the facility so that we can walk through it, so that we have an idea of what they have and have a better understanding of how secure the facility is going to be. So when they get the building released from the contractor, but before they get inmates, they'll reach out to us, and if we're interested in touring the facility, we can tour it.
Are they going to notify us when they start transferring? Are they going to notify PD?
I'm assuming they're going to start. They'll tell us when they're going to start receiving the inmates. It's up to 50 bodies that they're going to be able to.
I mean, they have a hospital there now. This is a separate facility, right? I mean, they would just
Correct.
transfer them. I think they would just transfer them over, Mayor, some of them, right? And
No, well, this is for mentally ill, so this
Yeah.
is like they're more mentally.
Yeah.
But they have a wing of it now that they kind of use for it, right?
Well, it was
I don't think
It
so.
was the AIDS. That was the AIDS facility originally.
Yeah, to our understanding is the mental health, that's one challenge that we're going to have with this mental health facility coming, same we did with the condemned inmates. It's one thing to have them in the institution, secured behind the walls, but when if they do get transported because they're sick or ill, there is a possibility of them going to our local hospital. You bring up a good point as far as the notification on those 50 inmates, because
Right.
we're going to have to follow up on that. We are notified on the condemned inmates if one of us is transported to Chino Hospital.
But they haven't said if they're going to notify you when they're going to start transferring these mentally.
They have not said one way or the other. We'll follow up based on Lucio's as far as the training. We're going to do that beginning next week. We'll
They
follow
need to
up.
coordinate that with you, because if anything goes wrong,
Oh, absolutely. No, that's been our biggest contention. I mean, if you go back in time when they held the hearing down at Chaffey College at the 5 Cs, and we contested that, spoke on, actually, Chief at the time spoke on your behalf at that event, to obviously everything we went through with the condemned inmates.
one like what you brought up too, in transport, if anything happens during transport.
And that's probably one of the biggest vulnerabilities is during that time.
Thank you.
Later that afternoon, I had a meeting with the city manager, and then we had the city council study session that night. On the 16th, I had a meeting with the city manager today, an update with our zoning code. and then a meeting with a developer regarding the Magnolia Riverside Drive project. Later that day, we attended the Chaffey College Community Center oversight. They're doing very, very well. They're getting more and more booked on a regular basis. So the SNE coordinators over there that are really doing a great job down there. And so the center is really paying for themselves, and it's really turning a profit. So it's nice to see that it's doing well. Then later on, before this, I had a meeting with Louis regarding the homecoming and some of the things that we're going to be working on together, and then especially with potentially the substation that's going to be going down there. So they're interested in doing some things and working with the community, and obviously bringing in some additional services so that we can start doing some programming down there with some of the kids. So, and then earlier, I attended a closed session, and then today, and that's all I have.
Thank you.
Oh, and I do have one more thing. The Chino Derby's coming up, the demolition derby. We are going to have another car. Karen, myself, and the Fraga Foundation. We're the defending champions. The proceeds will go to feed. We're shooting for another 500 families during Thanksgiving. But Fred and everybody else, we hope that you guys can contribute this year like you did last year.
Happy to do so.
And I will say that you might want a bigger sticker because, again, we are the champions. So, not everybody can say that.
At the same pricing? Okay, thank you.
And that's all I have. Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. City Manager Reich.
No report tonight, Mayor.
City Attorney Galante.
No report, thank you.
Nothing at all? Good heavens. Director report.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. I have two updates for you today. I want to bring an update regarding the MS4 permit that I talked about last time. There was a hearing last Friday. It actually was at IUA, and our staff spoke on behalf of City of Chino to request for extension of being able to review the document that they have released. So they did extend it additional 30 days. And next hearing will be in Orange in July 24th. Our suspicion is that the Water Board is not really interested in hearing what the agencies are saying. Obviously, the permit that was expired in 2012, and this is the renewal of that 2012 permit, the impacts of that is pretty far and wide to not only to City of Chino, but to the region and for municipal agencies. And these are some of the impacts that will be imposed. Additional reporting requirements that's been keep going, not just on MS4, but that in every regulatory compliance, additional reporting, and mandatory inspection programs, increased monitoring and testing obligations. Obviously, that's just additional cost. Bacteria compliance requirement, and we don't even know where the bacteria actually is coming from. It might not even be originating in City of Chino. We might be getting bacteria that might have originated in Ontario or Upland, but we're required to monitor that. And expanded trash monitoring and reporting, and provision that could shift the burden to the permittees to demonstrate compliance. So not only they're gonna regulate compliance, they're gonna make us prove that we're complying. So those are just some of the potential impacts, and we have not determined physical impact to those additional unfunded mandates, but staff is keeping very close track of them, and we're working with the county working group to unify the message. So this permit is they're basically combining all the permits to the watershed. So it's actually San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County. And all of us, except minus Riverside has not really spoken out as much, but Orange County and San Bernardino County have been very vocal about the burden that's going to impose on municipal agencies.
It's going to be huge.
Yes.
It'll be huge.
Yeah. So, but staff is really keeping track of that, and we are representing our position as the board meetings are going.
Wow.
Yeah. And the second one is, this is more like a public announcement. We talk about funded mandates. Waste Management, our trash hauler, will be starting to monitor organics contamination starting on July 1st. As you recall, part of the SB 1383 was a reduction of methane production as a result of organics, and they want to divert organics into good use. So that compliance is beginning to fruition. So they're gonna start. It's not something that city wants to do or Waste Management wants to do. We're required to do this because we have to report that we've done it.
And how are they going to monitor that?
Waste Management has cameras, so that they will be looking into the trash and see if the organics are mixed with the regular trash. But there will be a grace period. July and August, they will not be fining, but starting in September, the fines will be as follows: $17.89 for contamination and $29.81 for overfilling, and they will be added to the bill. I just want to make sure that our residents are made aware. Again, this is not something city wants to do or Waste Management wants to do. We are required to do this because now we're going to have to report the fact that we are doing monitoring to the Cal Recycle.
Good grief. How did they ever come up with numbers like that?
I don't know.
And I believe there was an article in the Chino Champion that said that they were going to start monitoring the recyclables as well.
Yeah, that's part of this recycling, includes the organics, yes. But this is primarily for organics, because it's SB 1383 compliance.
But I think the article said it was, the organics are supposed to be mixed with the grass and
Yes. Green waste.
green waste, but they're also supposed to be having cameras making sure that you're
Yeah.
only throwing away recyclables in the recyclable trash.
Yeah, at all 3 containers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, good heavens. Good grief. So if they find not compliant, is the poor truck driver supposed to get out and provide a ticket, or does he just report it and then Waste Management sends out a
It's-
notice?
Yeah, it will be included as a part of your regular billing, I guess associated with the address.
My goodness sakes. Okay, gee, thanks a lot. Hey, Jim. Chief Menson.
Thank you, Mayor. So just with 4th of July coming up here in a few weeks, I want to let you know that our police department will be out in full force that evening. We have 65 members of the department that will be working that operation. We're going to expand on a portion of that operation that we did last year, and that's illegal firework enforcement with drones. So last year we tested it with one drone, and this year we are going to have multiple drone teams out through all different areas of the city enforcing illegal fireworks. And what the drone, while it's up in the air, it is recording the person, the violation, the person lighting the illegal fireworks, while also capturing them, how they have a connection to the house. There's a Chino Municipal Code that allows it for being the social host of them allowing the fireworks to be lit. So they will get then a $1,000 citation in the mail with a letter from me explaining to it. And if they choose to contest it, we'll have the video evidence to prove that what took place, what infraction took place. So we'll be out that way. Like I said, our whole goal is that everyone celebrates safely and does not bring their illegal fireworks here to Chino.
The tickets that were written last year, do most people pay those tickets?
They did. So we wrote 17. We wrote 18 of them. We dismissed one, and we wrote in the 17 one of them, and we did. I don't know what I remember I looked it up recently, and I don't recall what it was, but the percentage-wise, almost all of them were paid.
Great.
Does that money go right back into the general fund? Is that where that goes? Okay.
That was part of, if
Fines.
you go, yeah, if you, when Kim did her presentation, a part of the revenue, that was under the administration fee. So our administration specifically, we have parking, truck routes, and fireworks.
Okay, good job. That was fun. I got to observe some of that last year, and it's very interesting when people are filmed and then they deny that they've done anything until the officer says, well, we have you on video. And then all of a sudden the whole story changes.
And also to include, obviously, this will be the first year with our air support operational to assist with priority calls and then also directing officers to where the illegal fireworks are taking place.
Great, thank you. Chief Williams.
Well, as you can imagine, the fire district will also be really prepared for the 4th of July, and we do up staff as well. I really didn't have much of a report tonight, but I just wanted to put a shameless plug since you mentioned the boxing. If you remember Phil Vasquez, he's actually going to be fighting again. This time he's fighting an Oceanside firefighter on October 9th at the Rose Bowl for mental health. So if you guys have an interest in supporting him, I thought I'd just do a little shameless plug for him. So we're excited that he's continuing with this thing. I'm excited. I'm a previous boxer, so I think it's kind of cool. I think I could actually probably take Phil if I wasn't so old. But anyway,
Have you
shameless
told
plug.
him that yet?
Yeah, I say that all the time. Then I'll back down when it comes down
And
to
then you
it.
back down.
Yeah. At any rate, yeah. So if you're inclined to support him, let us know, and we'll try to get you tickets. And that's
Oh,
all.
how neat. Okay. All right, with that, then we will adjourn tonight's meeting in memory of Ralph Berger, Mary Wolfenbarger, and Joe Cavalier. Our next meeting will be held on Tuesday, July 7th at 6 o'clock with closed session starting no earlier than 4 if necessary. We are adjourned.